Hey everybody, and welcome back to Hex Token Channel. Your host Superman. Woohoo! Let's go. Haven't done that for a while, so let's get into it. We've got a lot to talk about. We're going to talk about Bitcoin. We're going to talk about Ethereum. We're going to talk about Luna. We're talking about the crypto market crash, and of course, it's currently calmed down for a little while, but of course, more volatility expected in the head there. Now, we're talking about this way back many times on this channel. It was fairly obvious everything that was happening. Geopolitically and economically, particularly in the United States. And so we're going to get into all that. The other thing, of course, is we're going to get into the market prices in the second half of the live stream in terms of the Pulsechain coming, and of course, Hex, Hedron, Maxi, Pulse Dodge, and of course, Pulse Dodge Coin P33. Hold on for your hats for that. We're going to talk all about that too. Let's get into the chat. Say hello, of course. And what else have I been doing? Last night I watched Halo. Episode number 8. Man, I love this series. It is very, very cool. And good old Master Chief, man. It's getting pretty twists and turns. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. What else we got in house? Lost in Crypto. Have fun. We'll be airborne by then. Hey, nice one. Safe travels. Dirty Paws in the house. It says, okay, let's get the snacks ready. I agree with you on that. I got myself a nice latte as usual. That's my drink of favorite drink. Hexforce says, I love Harley Quinn. A great thumbnail. Woo-hoo. Yeah, I love Harley Quinn as well. She's pretty awesome. J Pon's in the house there. Suitman, the legend. I appreciate that. Very kind words. Woo-hoo-hoo. J Pon in the house. Yeah. All right. I love it with the emojis. What else we got going there? Dave from Down Under says, your show, it's informative and you're such a good bloke. I appreciate that, Dave. And hey, I love my community too. Community is awesome. So very, very cool. Appreciate that, Dave. Luna is for dum-dums, wrecked plebs, says Dingo Wolf. Yeah, it's caused a lot of trouble. I know a lot of people, there's been some stuff going around about BitConnect and the same people promoting BitConnect to Luna. Now, people jump to a lot of things. I know a lot of the big content creators have been pumping Luna. Obviously, it's a top 10, or well, at least it was a top 10, so definitely has some of those vibes. I did see a video of Trayvon's, which was pretty hilarious in his car. He always says some funny things, that guy. But he was going, what was he saying? You haven't lost your money. And then he's like, a couple later, and he goes, no, actually, you lost your money. You still got your coins, but, you this kind of thing. Well, I think we're going to look into some of that and have see whether we can get a little hint at the future of the chain. We're going to talk about that coming up, so stay tuned. Dingo Wolf says more pain to come for Luna, says Dingo Wolf. Yeah, definitely more pain before it gets better. Jimbo Sticks in the house at the emojis looking good. Davis, yo. Hey, good to see Davis in the house. Another Hex Token channel member. Jimbo Sticks as well. And J Pond there too. Nice. I hope I didn't miss anyone there. No. What else we got in there? We've got John William from New Zealand. Woohoo, sweet man, you rock. Hey, John, appreciate that. And it's nice to see things just lightening up a little bit here in New Zealand there, John. In terms of freedoms and stuff, which should never have been taken away in the first place. Just preposterous stuff. But it's good to get the freedoms starting to come back. Crypto Tycoon, woohoo, go Superman. I appreciate that. Big shout out. And Dean D in the house as well. Big shout out to you as also. And Hardy Hexkin made it. Yes, you have indeed. Good to see you, Hardy. And J-Pon, woohoo. Yeah, we've got lots of rocking on here. Pretty excited. Now, the thing is, why should we be excited? If you're new to this channel, you just come in, you're wondering what the heck's going on. Pulsechain is coming, and this is going to be a layer 1. But more importantly to you, it's the first system state copy of Ethereum. We're going to get into that later on, but it is a game changer in crypto. And of course, the founder, Richard Hart, is going to be leading us into the future with that. It's going to be amazing. All right, so let's get into it. Hey, DCR's in the house. DCR, woohoo, new channel member. We about to do the old Superman bow down. This is how we rock on this channel. Hey, welcome to the family. And don't forget to smash out those emojis on the way out. Don't forget to get into Discord too if you're not already there and get a name upgrade to purple color. Definitely get into that. So welcome, DCR. Appreciate the support of the channel as we promote Pulsechain, PulseX, and Hex, of course. Craig's in the house there. Woohoo! Hey, nice. Good to see Craig as well. Craig, you keep changing your name. I can't remember. Trying to keep up. I think you might have like 4 accounts or something like that. But good to see Craig in the house. Awesome content creator and part of our syndicate on Hex Token Discord as well. Hey, J-Man, hit that like. You smash the like. We're 24 likes, 45 watching. Definitely smash that like. We're going to probably head up towards 100 people, I guess, as we will lead to. So let's smash out 100 likes. James Bond in house with the emojis. We got hello everybody, and Brazilji in house. I heard a conspiracy that Luna bought 1.5 billion in BTC to hold it hostage and gain acceptance from the bigger crypto community. Be nice to Luna, or he dumps it. Lol. The snake hit a bit back. Yep. Yeah, they pretty much sold that, as far as I can tell, based on the wallet. The wallet's it's gone out of the wallet, and I think the market commented that that was sold to try and shore up the Luna UST, I should say. Bottom in, says James. Bottom in. No, for the crypto market, still volatile. It's going to be volatile. We have broken pretty important support. However, Bitcoin is back at an important range. If Bitcoin can get back over 30, then we've got a chance of not going into that full bear market. But at the moment, 28,900. It's kind of positive, actually. We'll look at the daily rate. A daily chart's very important, so we're going to look at that too. KD's in house there. Woo, sweet man. Hey, good to see you, KD. And Pulsechain is a game changer, says J-Man. Absolutely is. So if you're new to this channel, maybe you've come from the Luna community, stuff like that. Pulsechain is a game changer, and it's going to be the first systems take copy of Ethereum. So the actual underlying code is very sound, and of course the gamification is the best in the market. You will find that is going to be absolutely amazing. Alex K says it was supposed to be reserved back to Luna's value. Someone struck before they built it up enough, says Alex. That's right. Welcome to the family, says Brennan. DCR says in house here with the emojis, looking good. Our latest channel member. Appreciate the support, DCR. Enjoy the emojis. Woohoo! I love them myself, and I do rotate a few of those emojis around just for a bit of fun. Oh damn! YouTube switches me back to old name sometimes, says Craig. That's the way it goes, I guess. J-Man says Pulse in less than 2 weeks. Yep, that's what we're expecting. Obviously, software is difficult, but we will hear it from our leader and founder, Richard Hart, later on in the live stream. Alex K says people think those who sold them the BTC were the same people who attacked them later. Yeah, Alex, I've seen that argument. In fact, I've got that argument sitting around here somewhere. I'll actually pull it up. Thanks for reminding me, Alex. I'll probably read that out. So we'll have a look at that. So we're going to look at that. I actually haven't got that pulled up on this side. Let me have a look here. Actually, I might maybe we can put that in there. Actually, I might just read it out. I might post it in Discord later. Let's see. Gen X says, there I got my Sunday pants on now, says Gen X. Hey, nice one. Name upgrade. I got to be careful with Craig. I got to get the names right because I got to be careful. All right. Ninja said, hello. Hey, good to see you, Ninja. Normal Bits is in the house there. When is Michael Saylor getting liquidated, lol? Yeah, I know that people are having Saylor on, but I wouldn't have him on. It's just he's a good guy. He's done a lot of good for crypto. It's just that it's unfortunate for him. He's got to ride through the ups and downs. J-Man says, we welcome the Terra Luna community to Pulsechain. Absolutely, 100% there, J-Man. Hello, everybody. Is Paul's in the house, and Hardy Hex Lorient there. Every crash makes rich men richer, following the money who made a fortune and crashing others. That's true. Hardy Hexagon, very good insight. Hello, Hexagons, future Pulseneers. Woo! Yeah. Well, Richard Hart wants to change that, though, right? Richard Hart wants to change that, wants to make it that people that have a fair go at becoming wealthy can have a fair go. So we love that. Blue's in the house there. My boy Blue. Blue's in the house there. Fire is on lit. It's lit on fire. I love it, Blue. Man, you can find Blue. Blue is everywhere. If you've watched any content creator, Blue has he's the number one commentator. He is everywhere there. Good old Blue. Excellent choice in the house there. Woo-hoo-hoo. Davis in there too. Nice. Lal, hey Lal, good to see you. And Alex K says they got a bunch of UST for BTC sold and used that to break the peg. Yep. And we're going to read more out about that, I think. It's good that you remind me, Alex. What else we got there? Clever Attacks is Alex K. RG in the house there. AK, good to see you. I thought launch was 4 weeks. Who heard 2? Says Davis. And Academiciated says newbie question, but where is Hex on that heat map? It's not on this particular one. Richard has a heat map. I haven't been able to work out how to reset it. But I will try and do that. Alex AK's in the house there. RG3 said mainnet could launch next week. Man, oh man, I was going to look at that. That's good that you brought that up, AK. Okay, it's a legend drop and alphas in their channel there. I probably stopped using the alpha thing because it's probably too much alpha, but it's really nice drop there. Okay, I think so too. I think that makes sense. We're currently the 13th of May, so another week from now would make the 20th. Man, oh man, that would be slightly earlier, which wouldn't be surprising. So cool. You could sell because 24th is kind of 2 weeks from when we got the video, so we'll look at that. You could sell Luna for 60 cents on crypto.com when the price was at 2 cents glitch in the system, says Brennan. Blue is the #1 commentator. Yeah, he's everywhere, Brazolji. He puts the fire everywhere, Brazolji, everywhere. If you see any comment under there, Blue's in there with the fires. He's got the fires in there. I'll just clarify that on my watch, says Brazolji. Hokanar Teruku says, woohoo! Hey, good to see Paul. And woohoo! Howdy, Superman. Good to see A1. Beef in the chats, says Beam D. And the fire. There we are. There's Blue's comment. Blue's, if you go to any commentator, any video, Blue's got his little fires sitting under each video. It's pretty cool. Nice one there, Blue. All right, cool. Let's get on to it. We've got the market here at 28,900 BTC. That is pretty good, actually. Nice to see it up at that high. It's above the 28,800 mark. And of course, we want to see that go over 30. That would be very cool. I want it higher for Pulsechain. I know some people have got this theory about lower values, but I definitely want higher myself. Ethereum, of course, 947, and I would like to see that back over 2K easy. Following up on there, but Bitcoin not too bad over 24 hours there, and of course Bitcoin tends to lead the way, at least until Richard Hart has taken over crypto for the time being. We got the stables there, UST at $1. USDT, which had a bit of a sell-off, it's pretty close to the peg, but slightly off. BUSD there is around $1. USDT there, which we can see is down at 42 cents. So we're going to check that out. So that's what's happening there. So look at the Bitcoin chart. We're going to refresh this on CoinGecko. So CoinGecko is a slightly higher price, 29,000, and it's almost up 1% there. We can see the last 24 hours, we were up at 30,000. We all went all the way down here on CoinGecko to 26,600. So if we're at 40 about 6 days ago, or 7 days ago, 6 days? Yeah, 6 days ago, then we would be, what's that? That's $3,500 of a decrease almost on that. So 3,500 in less than a week. Pretty amazing stuff there. We came all the way back up here, rallied up to 29,773. And then we pulled back down here 28 and back up here to 29,000 here on CoinGecko. And we're 58% below the all-time high, which was only 6 months ago, November the 10th here on CoinGecko, $69,000 US. So 58%, so more than halfway, 60% down almost. That's the way it goes. Let's have a look at 7-day chart. We can see all the action in one. This is our crypto market crash. And of course, the Bitcoin here up at 35, almost 36,000. And then, of course, it started falling here on Sunday, 8 o'clock. Right? So that's obviously a bit of drama for Sunday. Say 8th of May, I should say, at 8 a.m. in the morning. And it started just falling there. Bam, away it went. Woo-hoo, pretty consistently down. And, of course, reached that low there, 26 or so. And then on the way back up, we're up way back at the moment. But, of course, we probably need to get somewhere back over into the 30s there to get some stability. So just the way it goes. Yeah, if we can get back up over that, probably won't be too bad in my view. If we can get back over 30, that would be quite a good sign. But let's see if the market's got it in there. Shorters are still out there hunting, and of course, probably loving it at the moment. What else we got going there? I'm just going to jump in. We're going to jump to Terra Luna now, and then we're going to jump to Ethereum later. So I probably should do it the other way around. But actually, let's do Ethereum first. Then we're going to jump to Ethereum, and I'm going to pull that in too. So we'll do Ethereum first. We got Ethereum here. We got Ethereum at 1947. It was a good year. It was post World War II. 1947. Little joke there. Sorry, bad joke. All right, so we got 24 hours here. We're up at 2,172 earlier in the day, and of course we went and dipped down all the way to 1774. Wow. Pretty hardcore there. And of course, here we are back at 1948. Now, obviously, the bottom of this range is probably $1,200. So I suspect If the Bitcoin doesn't manage to get back over 30 and hold it, then we could definitely see lower prices, right? With Bitcoin down 23, 24K, and maybe Ethereum down at 1,200. I don't really want to see those sort of prices between you and me. Higher prices, in my value, better for Pulsechain in my scenario, which is higher bridge values coming over to the bridge, and of course higher prices to attain and price discovery. That's kind of the way it goes. The counter one, of course, has got its logic where if you have lower values, you got an easier chance of potentially converging your prices on Pulsechain with the PRC peers. So there is an argument for that, I guess. And of course, you've got the opportunity. The fact is, if there's dismal gas, the utility of the Pulsechain with the super cheap, super fast transactions there after the massacre or hardcore wipeout on the rest of crypto makes Pulsechain even more attractive in some sense because it becomes the light on the hill, which I think is going to do under either scenario anyway. But even more so, I guess, if you've got a worse tragedy, as it were, in the rest of the market. So that's kind of where we're heading now. Let's go look at 7 days on Ethereum. 7 days here. We're up at $2,700 a week ago. And of course, we've gone all the way down to that low, which we saw about 770. So it's about $1,000 in the week. It's pretty hardcore. And of course, we're currently at 61% below the all-time high, which was 6 months ago, November the 10th, at $4,800 or $4,900. And of course, that's slightly worse than Bitcoin, which was 58% at there at the moment. Let's have a look at what happened. So obviously, the prices have moved down. We all know that. And I've just reviewed those quickly. But of course, that's had its ramifications for people that are doing margin trading and stuff like that. So ETH futures lead 1.2 billion in liquidations. This is where it really hurts people's pockets. And sometimes it can actually impact their personal lives, depending on how they view crypto money in their lives, how important it is to them. Obviously, it's important to everybody to be able to make money and survive and all that. But in some regards, if you had a lot of this stuff, you would be losing a lot, right? So that can have a bigger impact on different people, depending on how they, who they are, etc. So crypto market cap dropped 16% overnight. Past 24 hours, we're among of the biggest crypto market drops in recent months. It was massive. It was absolutely incredible market drop over the last week. So yeah, ETH futures. I'm going to increase that slightly more. ETH futures led liquidation losses in the past 24 months as crypto market lost 16% in overall capitalization overnight. Liquidations in the crypto market happen when a trader has insufficient funds to fund a margin call. So in other words, they are coming up to their leverage position, or a call for extra collateral demanded by the exchange to keep the trading position funded. And sometimes it just depends on how much people are going, right? Sometimes if you got a KuCoin, you might do a 3x trade. That's pretty common. In other words, you're leveraging up 3x. Some people have 5x, 10x, and there's silly exchanges that offer, I don't even know if they still offer them, but they offer the 100x, which is insane, right? You get a 1% move or something, and it's like all over. And of course, you have to be particularly specialized at those to make those work. They're especially common in high-risk trading due to high volatility of assets that occurs in both margins and futures trading. Now, obviously, a lot of the big content creators that in crypto, a lot of them promote margin trading, leverage trading, and of course, it's a different beast, right? So the average content creators generally talking about projects. Here's a project. Here's the pros and cons. Do your due diligence, get into that. But then, of course, the next level, which is it's halfway between getting a high probability of success in a project and complete gambling, is margin trading. In fact, it's probably worse in many regards. It's probably even above gambling because you've got this leverage play. So you can borrow the funds, you pay a fee for that, but you can go 3x, 10x, 100x times. It's really, you can make crazy money, but you can get completely wiped out. That's what this is kind of calling here. So there we are. Traders of ETH futures lost 333 million to liquidations as asset lost 22% to drop under the 1900 level there. And obviously that went even lower to 1778 here. This was the highest among all cryptos, with Bitcoin futures saying 330 million in losses and futures tracking Terra Luna's racking up 130 million in losses. So people will still have a lot of open positions. So we're going to talk about that in a second. With Bitcoin losses and futures tracking, Terra Luna's racking up 130 million in losses. So obviously we can see the price here. ETH remains in a downtrend, losing support at 2100. And well, we know that too. Losses exceeded up 1.2 billion in the past 24 hours, the highest so far. Now this will be understating the position. Just to let you know, it will be a lot worse than this. They came as major cryptocurrencies saw steep drops. Bitcoin, BNB, and Solana all lost. Terra Luna fell out of the top 10 cryptos. My market cap to 81st rank there. It fell 96% in the past 24 hours to under 40 cents. Obviously, it has completely crashed since that point. Since the time this article was written, and so all these numbers will be all way higher than the numbers in here, but it gives you a good indication of some of the pain that people that are margin trading have seen, not let alone the people that are in the assets, underlying assets themselves. So pretty big deal. Crypto exchange OKX saw 393 million in liquidations, the highest among all crypto exchanges, followed by Binance at 389 million and Bybit at 155 million. So if you've got a relatively low margin risk, you can actually cover that position. You can add more assets to it and stuff like that to manage it. And so there'll be still a lot of positions open. They've managed to avoid liquidation, but some people may just get suddenly liquidated depending on where the stop loss and things like that are. So it's going to be interesting. Data shows 83% of all futures were long or betting on higher prices despite weakness in the overall early market. That's because everyone still wants to, so a long market, in other words, they're betting, they're leveraging and betting that the price will go higher, and that's where they make all their money, as opposed to people that are shorters. They go short, and that means they're borrowing money to bet and sell down the asset and betting that the market will go down. So they actually help make that happen. Centralized exchanges, generally speaking. Despite weakness in the overall market earlier this week, much of the systemic risk arose from Terra UST, an algorithmic stablecoin issued by Terraform Labs, losing its peg with the US dollar and causing a cascading effect on decentralized finance DeFi platforms running on Terra. Contagion sounds like something we know lately. Contagion associated with UST likely spread over to the broader market alongside inflation fears and weaker CPI. Obviously, we have had those issues too with the Fed interest rates too. And international geopolitical votes and things like that with fuel supply, food supply, all that sort of good stuff, fueling a drop in crypto prices. Meanwhile, data shows open interest, so this is the stuff that's open still, or the amount of unsettled future contracts fell 10% in the past 24 hours, implying traders removed liquidity and exited positions. Very wise if you're long, if the majority of people are long, as we saw, in anticipation of future volatility. So future volatility, that is still around. I think we can all just know that by seeing what's happened with the market. Fortunately, it has calmed down a bit. And of course, if BTC can actually get back over 30 and start consolidating over there, that would be very, very good. We might avoid the full bear market. However, that is the less likely scenario. The more likely scenario is that we will continue to go down and we'll continue to have volatility. That is the probability in my view. All right, not investment advice. All right, cool. So that is what's happened with Bitcoin and Ethereum. And of course, with the traders, margin trading, they get wrecked. Not just the people with the underlying asset, people that are holding it like you and I, or most of you out there who are not margin trading. Some of you will be, of course. We wish you, good safety with that. So Terra Luna, let's have a look at Terra Luna. Bam, 42.2 cents is the UST stable coin, down 46% on a 24-hour basis. There is a circulating supply of 11,422 million USD out there. So 11,422 USD out there. Obviously, stable coins play an important role in DeFi and other applications. Pretty big deal there. We can see on the 24-hour basis, we were up at 84 cents, and we have gone down all the way down the low here down to 31.2 cents, and this is only a few hours ago. And now we're back up here at 42 cents. The price is 62% below its all-time high of $1.09. It's supposed to be pegged at $1, remember? And of course, but it's still above its all-time low in the last day, which is 29.8 cents, or 38.9% above that. So a little bit of recovery here. This trend is still down. We've still, if you think about it, we've still got largely lower highs, unless you consider this one here a higher from this one a couple hours back, but we'll see. Last 7 days, of course, this is gives us the full picture, and this is when we started collapsing the 10th, Tuesday the 10th, at 6 o'clock in the morning. And of course, we moved down from the peg there. Well, not quite. That's actually slightly earlier there. Let me go back to probably around here. Yeah, probably a bit earlier, 2 o'clock in the morning. And away we go. Bam. And down, down, down. The low point was 30 cents there, or that 29.8 cents there. And that wasn't actually too far ago. It's about a day and a half ago from the looks of this. And then away, we managed to get back up to 84 cents and then back down again. So still in that downtrend from the looks of it, but we have managed to hit a bit of support around that 30 cent mark. Seems to be popular. 3 times we've hit that 30 cent mark there so far. So that's pretty much that. And probably the other thing, of course, they want to get rid of the supply, right? Want to get rid of so much of the debt that's overhang on Terra USD, and burn some of the Luna. And Luna obviously is a pretty big supply, getting out of control there. So 76 billion here on a circulating supply for Luna, based on CoinGecko data. The price, man, woo-hoo-hoo. Oh, the price, man, look at this. Ouch. Oh my goodness. It's pretty scary. Now I'm smiling not because I'm joyful, but I'm smiling because I can't believe it. I can't believe that the price is like this. We've seen this in crypto before, don't get me wrong. I've seen this many times, but to actually see a top 10 token and do this is, that's pretty amazing. And wow, 0.0023 cents. Now, last night, before I turned in for the night, we were on Discord and a couple of us were talking, maybe about half of a dozen of us, and I had people contacting me. Should I spend $30, $50 on Terra Luna for a bit of a punt? And at the time, the price was about 7 cents. And I said, well, it's still speculative. They've still got the same downward spiral. But hey, if you want to throw a $30, that's, it's not too much here or there. If it does bounce back to maybe even 5-10% of the $60 price, then you might be able to make a pretty nice bag. Of course, it did go up. It doubled up to 12-13 cents the last time I saw it. And of course, so people would have made double. But then since then, it's continued to crash, and of course down to 0.00232. So it is 2/10 of a penny. That's pretty low. Now, if this was Pulsechain or Pulsechain, so this would be a pretty good price. And of course, this would probably be something like the opening price or something, or possibly we might see on those tokens when Pulsechain launches. But for Terra Luna, that's a terrible price. And of course, the market cap gone down from the multi-billion-dollar market cap down to $250 million at the moment. Hardcore stuff there. Really, really, really is low there. Look at the chart. This is a 24-hour chart here. Is it 24? Yeah, 24-hour chart there. Look at that. $1.22, way down. Made a brief recovery here. This here would have tripped a few people out, where it came down to up to 13 cents. Yeah, I think that's when I was looking at it. And then, of course, came back down, and it's just trickled around here at the moment. So pretty bad deal. You can see that the rates there all down on the rates there. Look at this 100, 22.2. You can see that the all-time high price was only a month ago, massive at $119, down 100% basically a month ago, 5th of April. And of course, an hour ago was the all-time low price at 0.0028. So just a third of a cent. Pretty amazing there at the moment. So that's what's happening there with the market prices. I think that was probably the one I want to say there. So we've got 11.4 billion UST in the market versus the so-called asset backing 109, just under 110 billion Terra Luna. Now that's actually gone down, by the way. This circulating supply has gone down. That's a good thing, right? That's a good thing. You want to see that happen. Now let's have a look at some of the correspondence we've had with Terra. This is Terra on Twitter. We've got a comment here. The prevailing peg pressure on UST from its current supply overhang is rendering severe dilution of Luna. And of course, we saw that. That's pretty severe dilution. It's like 100% from the looks of it in terms of the price. So there we are. So current pressure on US from its current supply overhang is rendering severe dilution of Luna. The primary obstacle is expelling the bad debt from the UST circulation at a clip fast enough for the system to restore the health of the on-chain spreads. So that's kind of the stuff there. Now I'm going to read out this before we get into the detail of how they're going to manage the UST. We're going to look at how the price here how the price play here on Terra Luna may have happened here based on a very compelling post. And it is that BlackRock and Citadel. This is back to what Alex K in the chat was talking about. BlackRock and Citadel borrowed 100,000 Bitcoin from Gemini. It appears in their loan book. They swapped 25,000 of that Bitcoin into UST. And of course, this was all done quietly in anticipation of the attack. When the time was right, they called up a Do Kwon at Terra Foundation and said they wanted to sell a lot of BTC for UST. As it was a large trade, they told him they didn't want to move the market and asked if he would like to buy their large block of BTC at a discount for UST. Sorry, Do Kwon took the bait. He gave them a huge chunk of UST, thus lowering the UST liquidity significantly. At that point, BlackRock Citadel dumped all the BTC in UST, causing massive slippage and triggering a cascade of forced selling in both assets. The real problem was BlackRock Citadel knew that Anchor, which we talked about, I think, yesterday, which holds a lot of Luna, was a Ponzi scheme. They were offering 20% staking APY for 20% staking for APY, which we talked about. And of course, this crash would trigger more withdrawals than Anchor can repay. These forced withdrawals and selling would trigger a massive sell-off in Luna, thus further breaking the $1 peg and wrecking the market further. BlackRock and Citadel can now buy the BTC back cheaply to repay the loan and pocket the difference. Meanwhile, billions of longs and Bitcoin VARs or value were wiped out. This was a pure market manipulation. So that was someone's posted that was under anonymous. So I'll probably post that in the price chart there on Discord. So I'll post that after the live stream. But let's get into how Terra is managing the market here. Obviously, the primary obstacle is expelling the bad debt from the UST circulation as it clipped fast enough for the system to restore the health on-chain spreads. To expedite this goal, several measures have been taken. First, the current proposition 1164 will expand the base pool size and accelerate the burn rate of UST, helping deflate on-chain spreads. Number 3, the TFL is also initiating 3 more emergency actions, proposal to burn the remaining UST in the community pool. I'm going to talk more about that. TFL will burn the remaining 371 million UST cross-chain on Ethereum. TFL will just stake 240 million Luna to defend the network governance attacks. And 4, you can find the full Guru proposal for burning the remainder of the community pool UST in the link below, including the proposal to burn cross-chain UST. The vote will go live shortly. We're going to talk about votes. Number 5, TFL will port the remainder of the UST deployed as liquidity. This is 16 hours ago, by the way. This was posted. TFL will port the remaining of the UST deployed as liquidity incentives on Ethereum and over the past few months back to Terra and burn it using the burn model, pending the result of the governance proposal. TFL is currently exploring the best avenue to burn the remainder of its UST holdings, and much of which will have been accrued in recent days to absorb the sell-off in UST. So burning that, getting rid of more Luna tokens in the process. Overall, approximately 1.4 billion will be eliminated from the UST supply upon executing the 3 proposals above. This equates to roughly 11% of the outstanding supply. So it's basically trying to burn this part of the circulating supply here. And overall, approximately, number 8, expelling the system's bad debt with the above items could help restore the on-chain spread swap spreads to a meaningful level where the peg pressure on UST is significantly alleviated, I should say. Once the new base pool proposal passes, this will also expedite the process. And number 9, please note that TFL is in the war room and has been non-stop for the past 4 days working on solutions and potential avenues to help affected users and stop bleeding. Publicly, we will continue to release updates as developments unfold. Outside of Twitter, we're active with our moderators on Discord and Telegram, where you can get assistance with many of the moving parts of the past day. More to come. Please bear with us. Now, obviously, that was the 16 hours ago, them trying to manage the situation. Obviously, this has impacted lots of people. Obviously, with a chart that looks like this, there would have been many people that were super rich in Luna as crypto millionaires, potentially much, much richer than that. And of course, even the retail book, obviously getting devastated with this current price of Luna. Now, with this, of course, we see that some people were following, putting some comment here. Here we got this Navid here. So even if half of these Twitter posts are true, obviously, you get a lot of false ones, but even if half of these are true, just shows you how devastating it has been on people. This person said, I lost everything in Luna, more than $30,000. I bought each token at $95. It was all savings I had. Now I have nothing left. Please do something. I'm going through a depression and anxiety. So it's obviously having a lot of real impacts on people. Congratulations, you've taken 15 human lives so far. I'm not sure how they get that number, but it's definitely got some pretty bad situations here. I am lost of $200,000 in Luna. Our life is over. We will pay for our loss. So you got people putting that in. Now, whether even half of these are true or not, you've got a lot of people here. I lost $10,000 here. I first lost $35,000. So you got a lot of people. It's obviously had a big impact on people in crypto. And if that's one of you, if you're feeling the stress, maybe you had a big position in Luna, do seek counseling advice if you do have any issues. Once again, it's life matters much more than money and crypto ultimately. And of course, you can always recover. You can always start again. You can always do other things. So if you need some, get some help, get some counseling if that applies to you. All right. So number 2 here, we've got this is since then. So that was 16 hours ago. That was the management that they were going to do. And then, of course, 15 hours ago, they posted this proposal 1188 to execute the community pool. Remember, that was one of the 3 big measures there to deal with the UST supply. To burn and cross-chain UST burn, detailed in the thread below, is now live for voting on Station. So we've talked about that. The Terra block 7 hours ago, the Terra blockchain was officially halted. So this made even more drama, right? Even more drama. Obviously, absolutely smashing the price here even further. Was halted the block height of the chain. So the chain actually got stopped. Terra validators have decided to halt the Terra chain to prevent governance attacks following severe Luna inflation and a significantly reduced cost of attack. So you can see that they put more fuel on the flames, but it was probably a prudent thing operationally. It was just unfortunate. Validators are applying a patch to disable further delegations. That was 7 hours ago, and will coordinate to restart the network in a few minutes. That was 7 hours ago. 6 hours ago, the patch release is out. Delegations will be disabled once block production resumes. The network should go live once two out of 3 of the voting power comes online. An update will be provided accordingly. So it was 6 hours ago. Then we had 5 hours ago. This is the last update on Terra. We had the Terra blockchain has resumed block production. Delegations are disabled now that the chain is live with the new code. Validators, please check with the Discord announcement for that. So it got back up. That's very positive. However, of course, the market is pretty smashed at the moment for Luna. We're down at 0.021. Now, obviously, people can speculate on this and the recovery. So obviously, the team's trying to get to management here. Sometimes these do move up, sometimes they don't. Obviously, nothing investment advice on this channel. We will see how the confidence comes back into the market. Maybe a week from now, maybe 2 weeks from now, we will see. But at the moment, it's completely smashed on Luna. The US dollar is still at 40 cents. That's gives a little bit of hope in the sense that it's not down. That's not completely smashed down algorithmically. Of course, that could deteriorate over time and continue to further go down further and further. But of course, we're looking at the vote here. So we're going to jump over to the vote. Here we are on the vote. So this is the official vote here. So you can find this one. Let me post this, and I'm not sure if I can post this in the chat there. Let me post that. You can put that in the hell there. Bam. And let's have a look here. So burn the remaining UST in the community pool and cross-chain liquidity incentive UST. So this is the big vote that was on. And of course, you can see all the rationale there. I'm not going to read all that through here. But currently, there was 1 billion UST remain in the community pool. The current USD second lane supply was 12.6 billion. And of course, you can see that's gone down from 12.6 down to 11.4 already. And what else we got there? So that's what's going on there. At the time of writing, as a result, burning the remainder of the community pool's USD will result in circulating supply USD by roughly 8% at the time, based on the current supply figures at the time of writing. Eliminating a significant chunk of the just increase the size of this. Eliminating a significant chunk of the pulse there of the USD supply at once will alleviate much of the peak pressure of the USD. This is advantageous relative to the slow burn rate and the type of mainstream downward effects and play there. So additionally, we propose burning the remainder of the cross-chain USD on ETH deployment as well. In total, this equates to 371 million USDT, making the total burn about 1.4 billion. This is about 11% of the outstanding USD liabilities as well. So that was interesting. If this proposal passes, The community pool will be over 1 billion of USDT will be sent to the community pool. It will be basically burned, so it will immediately burn. Additionally, 371 million cross-chain USD will be bridged back to Terra and burned as well. So it's got a bit of detail about the burn address there. What else? I think that was it on there. So that was that, and then we're going to jump to the next post, of course, the actual vote. So this is where people actually vote. We can see that they've got 99.56% have voted yes to the proposal. I guess it's not surprising. The total amount voted is 34.68. Looks like the quorum here is slightly higher here. So I guess that's 40%. I've never seen a vote on here. I've not been part of this ecosystem, just for disclosure. Yeah, this is looks where they're getting up to there. The vote ends in 6 days. So if it ends in 6 days, I guess they either reach quorum or the vote ends first. I guess that's the way I do it. I don't know. Haven't been part of this. Haven't had a time to check how the voting plays out. But in any case, this was submitted 14 hours ago. Obviously, 16 hours ago was when the management plan came out on Twitter there, we read. 14 hours ago, this got submitted. It has got pretty popular support, obviously 99.56. These, was it horrible times like this or something like that? They require brave decisions. So this looks like either way, this is going to go through pretty overwhelming support there. We can see some of the big validators at the top there who have voted. Some of the voting power at 9% there from some of the top two ones there. We've got an abstention here from Terra Firma. And I think that was it on there. We've got the did not vote. We've got lots of Orion money here. Other validators did not vote, so that's interesting as well. It looks like 99.56% so far. Quorum looks like it looks probably about 40%. Like I say, we're at 34.68. So I guess that's a 40% mark there for a quorum, and that should yeah, like I say, probably I guess once you reach that, it's probably much a given there. And of course, it does say six days to go. So if it does have to play out for the whole 6 days, then that's a lot of time, long time in crypto after a massive thing here. So we'll see. Stay tuned to the Twitter there on Terra about that, because that's not too far away from looks at. So that looks like where they're at the stage, and obviously it's speculative now, right? Completely speculative. Oh, there it is. It's gone down even further. 2.8 cents now, 1.5. So it's just halved again. So that's what I mean. 50% halved again. So it was almost 3 cents just before. It's just gone down to 1.5. So there it's still on the decline. And of course, this can get to a fraction, right? There's 8 zeros there. This could get really, really low on this. And of course, with the vote going out there, it's still some time. So let me know in the chat if you've heard anything else. That was pretty much my review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and of course margin trading and Terra Luna there. So let me know in the chat what you think. If you've heard anything else they haven't mentioned, let me know. Alex has already made a few comments, so I did cover that with that post, and I'll post it in the Discord. What else had Blues in the house here? Lol, and Brazili's got more fire in there. Nice one, Brazil. That's so funny. Lol, says Brazil. Yeah. Sandy Beach says hello, everybody. Have a great day. You too. Paul in the house there. Hokona Tiruku says Paul. I appreciate that. And don't know what that particular saying means in Maori, but very, very cool. And James Bond in the house there. Yeah, I see blue everywhere. Big and small channel. Blue, you're a machine, says James Bond. Absolutely. And Sandy Beach and the emojis. Nice there. Tin Top's in the house there. What's up? Hexagons. Good to see Tin Top. Sugar said, did RH say BTC 20K before 100K? Long time ago. He did. So he's got plenty of posts there on Richard Hart. We'll check him out later on. Let's jump through some of these. J-Man in the house there. Luna might never recover. That's true. It is it's already beyond. Looks like it's in the afterlife already. Almost there, James Bond. Hello all, Francis. Good to see you in the house. And Hex and Moore's in the house there too. Woo-hoo-hoo. What else we got going there? Stefan, hello. Good to see you, Stefan. We've got a few other stuff here. Just jumping through some of these. Hex and Moore says once one has made it in RH projects, a little gambling in altcoins is cool. Yeah, this is what I always say. It's always good to have it. I mean, crypto is fun, right? Crypto is fun. It's innovative. You always want to have a little bit, to play around with other projects. So that's just the way it goes. Davison House there, go back to $60. It's now $6. And what else we got here? Don't buy Luna, is my opinion. Say for Pulse, I agree with you. Anything that, well, so if we're super bullish about Pulsechain, right? So anything that you put into Pulse, even if it's a small amount, could end up multiplying hugely, right? That's what we're kind of expecting. Obviously, no expectation of the work of others or whatever. It's not investment advice, but we're expecting pretty big things. We know what other chains have done, and Pulsechain, PulseX, Hex. We're expecting that over time to do some amazing things. So even if you put in $50, that could turn into something amazing, right? So just remember that if you put $50 in Luna and it goes down half again and half again, just like we saw in the last 20 minutes or so, definitely think about that. Hello all, wasn't listening, wasn't watching, sorry, that's all good. Let's have a look here. We've got Richie. Fantastic thumbnail, by the way, says Lol. Yeah, we love it. We love that thumbnail. That thumbnail is pretty badass, man. Rich, the topic says, I asked on Twitter, will Luna on Pulsechain do better than Luna on Ethereum? No, lol. Yeah, well, hey, who knows? We'll see whether Luna can recover in the next 2 to 3 weeks and start to etch its way back. We've seen a lot of times that after the complete wipeout that we've seen in Luna, after this complete wipeout, sometimes we can see them rebound maybe to a certain percentage of what it was, maybe 5-10%. So we'll see. They are trying to manage the situation, get the votes out going, the chains going, but people's confidence is definitely out of there. A lot of people have been wrecked on a big scale, not small scale. There's the top 10 token, not even a small one. That's affected a lot of people, a lot of content creators, particularly the big channels, been promoting it. Some people have lost, some of those content creators have lost a lot of money as well. I don't want to name names because, don't want to do that because I'll get in trouble probably. But anyway, yikes, Luna 100% negative, says Rich. Yeah, that's right. Charities in house there. Hello, I'm trying to put together all I've heard today on Luna. I think it's Ponzi scheme. I think it will come back to life, or is this the end for Luna, says Charity. Well, I think we've just gone through all that, so it's cool. What else here? Richie says, I told my friends in Luna to buy Hex and Pulse, and I got cyber bullied in Telegram. Smash, maybe they will listen to the God now, says Rich. That's right. The Pulsechain's coming. That is the best thing in crypto. You think about what's in crypto at the moment, and of course we're going to go back into CoinGecko. You think about what's in the top 10 here. Obviously, Bitcoin, Ethereum, these all get played, right? So they all get played by the institutions. The institutions are good and bad. And like I said, we're still early days for institutions, maybe year 2, 3. That's like a 10-year process to onboard a lot of the institutions. So it's still early days. We've still got more cycles to play through, bulls and bear markets. We've got all that stuff playing out there. Now, if you think about Ethereum, obviously high gas fees, people are sick of that, right? People are sick of the gas fees. Let's have a look at the gas fees now, because I'm not even sure what they are. Yeah, they've been terrible. Obviously, in the crashes, they're pretty terrible. And so we're going to have a look at that. So 116 still really bad. $42 for a swap. $5 for a transfer. I mean, not really user friendly from the gas fees, and of course the sluggish failed transactions can really hurtful too. So just remember that. So definitely as an issue there. Cool. Let's jump back down here. Hey, we were up to there, James Bond. I got Rick and Luna. Got a couple of other comments here now. I'm just going to jump forward here. I think I saw a couple of super stickers pop up, so I'm going to go to those. Hey, Davis. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, we all must stand down and let them vent those that got wrecked. Absolutely, Davis. And really, give them good counsel. Get them to, suggest that they get counseling if they need it. Hex Market and House there. Stake it till you make it. Appreciate your content, says Hex Market. Hey, welcome. Appreciate that. Thank you so much, both of you, for the 2 super stickers. And big shout out there. $5, $5.55. I love that. The 555s. We're rocking it with the DMV. Yeah, we're a lot of stuff going on there. I appreciate that, Davis and Hex Market. Let's jump back to someone else. Going to get too far behind. What else we got going here? It's going to go back. Not quite where I was. I'm going to jump through some of these comments though. Get in here. What else here? I do apologize if I missed your comment because I just got to jump through a few. Hex's More says, whoo, smash the like button. Yeah, hit the like button. We're up to 72 likes. Let's smash out 100 likes. If you haven't taken just to take a second, go boop, hit the likes there. Let's see, we're going to jump through this. Gavin says, Hex is the way. No rugs, a full-time, uptime working financial product. The crypto benchmark. Yeah, as I always say, Pulsechain Pulsechain, Hex. This is all part of Richard Hart's year of infrastructure. So 2022 the year of infrastructure. He's already started on his on the wallet too, hiring a dev and stuff like that. So it's all in play. On top of that ecosystem, he's going to build other things. It's going to be pretty amazing. And yeah, super exciting. And of course, Hex was, Hex had audits and everything else. If you want to see the audits, you can jump to Discord to get into Discord. We're up to 344 members. We're heading towards 350. If you haven't joined, join up. This is basically a community site and information site. So that's pretty much what you're going to find on there. We've got all the cool links. We've got useful links here. And this is going to be even better and better and better. We're going to have every single cool link we can think of here that's in the ecosystem. But if you go up to the audits, you can see Hex audits. You got the financial audits and the contract audits. And Hex was quite revolutionary, getting audits and things like that. Not just a contract audit, but a financial audit as well. And of course, it's been up and running. Just keeps ticking along. And what is it? Just amazing, really, if you think about it. So definitely check that out. We've also got, of course, if you are interested in new project links on Pulsechain, you can go into Pulsechain links there. And of course, you can see all the cool projects that are out at the moment. There are a couple missing off this because, they don't make the mark. They don't make the mark there. All right, cool. Let us jump over to, we're going to get onto Hex price. So we're going to come up to that, 12.88. Before we do that, we're going to answer a little bit more questions there. But nice to see a little uptrend on Hex. Bounced off our support area. So I'm pretty happy about that. Hope you are too. Luna just dropped another 0 hashtag wrecked. Yeah, where is that now? Let's have a look here. Oh my goodness, it's really dropping down there. Oh my goodness, man. Is it going to go to 3 zeros? That's the question there. For sure, it looks pretty wrecked there. What's the BTC? 29. Yeah, nice. I'm liking this. I want to get BTC over 30. That's really my hope and my dream as a little boy. I dreamed of that. I want to get back over all the way back then. David says, I had hope for Luna to go at $2 all the way to 10. Then the truth starts screaming at me, says Davis. That's true. What else we got going there? Brownie's in house. Woo-hoo-hoo. Good to see Brownie. And I do apologize if I'm jumping through a few comments here. Woo-hoo, says Easy. James Bond says, meanwhile, the RH Hex Truth Engine keeps paying out every Hex day. It does. You're getting paid Hex every day. And of course, we're about to end a new day. In 3 minutes. We're about to roll over. You're going to get paid some more Hex, over 6 Hex for T-share again. Cool. So cool. Let's get on to that. We're going to jump over to what else? Ryan in house there. Hey, good to see Ryan. Woohoo! Hey, good to see. Hey, Superman. Hey, appreciate it, Ryan. Ryan is a cool guy in the community, so appreciate that. Known him a long time back. By the way. Ryan, if you're wondering why I haven't been on Telegram for all this time, it's because I got blocked out of Telegram with one of the updates, and my phone has been not working properly, and I don't really like using phones, and I've been trying to get my new phone working, but it hasn't been working properly, so I'm going to probably have to buy a whole new phone or at least a new SIM card. So I've been off for a long time, as Ryan will know, because I used to contact him on there, and that's just the way it goes at this stage. Cool. Let us get into some other stuff here. We got Fax in house, going to buy Luna before it goes negative, says Fac. Yeah, that's true. What else in here? James Bond says Luna in algorithmic death spiral. Rest in peace, Luna. Yep. What else can I say? Hex just keeps paying APY to stakers. Hex is the way. That's true. What else we got there? A couple comments. Crypto Freedom in the house there. What's up? Woohoo! Let's go Hexkins. Absolutely. I'm just trying some of these. Let me go through. Natural selection that works is Hexodal. Yeah, so that's true. Jamie says I'm down $50 on Luna. Well, at least it's not $50,000 or 500,000. You can imagine a number of millionaires that were crypto millionaires during the bull market with Luna, and of course they have lost all of that if they hadn't sold near the top. And of course, some people would have sold. That's how we get to the bottom. Is that some of them would have got out with a lot of that money. And of course, we know that they went into stable coins. We saw the stable coin battle. We even saw USD there getting under pressure there, less than $1. It's getting back to peg now. USDC was the benefiter, and that's pretty interesting, right? So that's some information to hold in the head there for the future with that. Hex at 12.88, and of course we bounced off 11.41. And of course, that was our resistance zone. If we go back to the daily chart here on Hex, we can see that Hex has done pretty well. Our support was 10 to 11.5 cents. And of course, we have managed to bounce off the 11.5 cent range. So cool. We've got Pulsechain coming too. And of course, we've got a couple of dates here. This was our original 50-50 date, and that was 16th of May. And of course, that was 50-50, 75% chance a week later from Richard said was the 23rd. And of course, today is I guess it's the 12th in UTC time, just about to end, of course, now. So that's just about to roll over. It's 12 o'clock here, so that's a new TC day. Hex update payouts are going to be played. And of course, that is, I guess, the 11th, 12th plus 7 is 19. So 19 would be next week. So if we do launch on the 19th, that'd be interesting. But in any case, we've got, let's make sure I haven't got the comment over there. In any case, we've got this yellow line as a launch date on the 24th. That was 2 weeks from the update with Wendy O. So we're going to play that now.
Which hopefully 14 days. Then it might be less. I don't know. It depends. It's software. It's hard.
Yeah, so that was from Richard. We'll hear that one more time. Live,
which hopefully 14 days. Then it might be less. I don't know. It depends. It's software. It's hard.
So that was back on the 10th. That was back on the 10th, and so that would have made the 24th, the yellow line there, the kind of the 2 weeks from there, the 10th. And of course, then we've got the 26th here, was from a Brent X video, which was back over a month ago. That was 4 weeks, so I kind of just did a month as a conjunction there. So some people have called the 2nd or 3rd of June, so I've got that out there further up. I think I'm pretty feeling good that we'll launch in the second half of May here. So definitely not too far away if that is the case. And of course, there was talk about in the Discord chat that this is hearsay, but people had made comment that that the devs are going to take a little break or something before the launch. So what that might mean, maybe 1 or 2 days, who knows? So we'll see. Let me know in the chat if you've heard anything more about that. So 10 days would be the 24th of May. And if it was a bit later, that's 12 days. So maybe 10 days, we could see it's coming soon. And of course, it's going to be the shining light in crypto. And of course, when everything's burning, and of course, Pulsechain comes up through the middle, woo-hoo-hoo, we're going to rock it. And of course, let me get back to the chat here. I just wanted to talk about how Pulsechain could come up to the top here in prime time there. So we've got Ethereum with the high gas fees. We've got BTC under pressure. We've got obviously Luna falling out of the top 10 all the way down. We've got BNB that people they get quite a lot of criticisms lately. A lot of people are turned off the chain quite a bit. There's still quite a lot of scammy chains in there. They didn't have all the full system state, remember. They didn't have a lot of the code updates as well, including the London fork where they launched. So they made had a few things there. Also centralized ownership, and there's controversies around that, things like that. They've also focused into NFT market play. And that sort of stuff. We had Cardano there, got the smart contracts up, but really is going to take a while for that to really build momentum and get a lot of user adoption, that sort of stuff. So it kind of was quite a flat launch. I mean, look, it's fallen. Obviously got the Hart's Law in play. It was falling with the rest of the market as well, but it really never fired, right? It was up around the $3 mark, $3.50, something like that. Really didn't fire when the smart contract stuff came out. And I like a lot of the aspects to it, but it has still got a lot of issues in my view. Of course, it's got that, supposed to have that next generation of smart contracts, but really didn't fire in the use case there. Solana there also had a lot of issues as well. These kind of chains just offering the first system stake fork of Ethereum will be Pulsechain. And of course, not only that, but could have the first super DEX. And of course, that's Pulsex. And that could rival the valuation of the main chain and do some similar performances. It's going to be amazing with the buy and burn there. So it's exciting, man. Pulsechain is the shining light on the hill, and it's coming soon, very, very soon from the looks of it. So cool. I'm pretty excited. Hope you are too. The Hex, of course. So that's where the Hex is. I've still our target here. I've still got to break up here. Now, the thing that we've got is is that because we're so low down in the price of Hex at the moment, so it's still 13, still holding up well year on year, but still because we're relatively low, it's gonna the higher we were, when we get anything around the Pulsechain fork, or however Richard decides to gamify the launch of Pulsechain in terms of information, is the higher we would be particularly go, right? The higher we would particularly rise. We haven't seen a lot of big money on the sidelines go into the Hex market either. It really seems to me largely retail driven. So that's another thing we haven't seen. And of course, we know that some people will be gamifying post Pulsechain launch in terms of the asset accumulations. We know that the first 3 or 4 months is the most lucrative in terms of accumulating volume. We typically get price discovery in that period. In other words, the all-time low. And of course, that's where we can, have good estimations of our big X returns on that. So it's going to be a fascinating time. So we've got a lot of people playing big games there. We certainly know that Overwatch has talked about building stuff, making partnerships, doing deals, doing calls for Hex, for example, 250 to 450 million market, OTC buys and things like that. Doing deals, building stuff on top of it. Talked about doing big buys, stuff like that. So we've got lots of things happening, and yeah, so it's going to be fascinating to see that play out. Obviously, the Hex Investment Trust, lots of other players. There's lots and lots, a lot of content creators have sacrificed. They don't talk about it, but they will, especially now. So if you want an argument for the market is burning, and of course the content creators many of them have been hurt because they've pushed Luna as well, then they will be very excited about Pulsechain. It's going to be the big thing on block. In fact, it actually makes even a better case of Pulsechain, even better than what I've just made, because you're going to have all these big giant content creators going, get onto Pulsechain. I got my Pulsechain bags, get on there. This is the way it is. And you want to attract people to it, right? That's what you want. You want a chain needs to be used, needs to have a lot of people operating on it. And of course, with the biggest airdrop in crypto history, biggest yield farming, fastest way to mass adoption, deflationary tokenomics, magical buy and burns, and super cheap, super fast. It's like a dream come true, right? So it's going to be amazing to see it play out. Fiat gateway, leverage lending, liquid loans, fiat, Aave forks. You get it. It's coming. New NFT marketplaces, Mintra, stuff like that. It's going to be absolutely amazing place. New wallets. Richard's wallet, Internet Money's wallet, all that sort of stuff. It's going to be an absolute boom. It's a boom time. It's like going across the west of America in the Wild West, and finding gold towns and all this stuff. It's going to be absolutely fascinating. Everything starts from zero, gets priced up. The AMM bot sets that up for us, harvests all the liquidity, puts in the Pulsex there, and prevents liquidity being pulled, and also people then able to bridge over liquidity pairs. And it's going to be boomtown, man. Price discovery. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's also a big war chest, obviously, from the sacrifice of 616 million US dollars. So there's a lot of stuff there just from the sacrifice alone. Obviously, no expectations from the work of others. But of course, there's a lot of wealthy players in the market as well. And of course, liquidity should just flood in, particularly yield farmers from multiple chains, not just Ethereum, and not just people coming to get their airdrops. But that incentive token will be highly sought after, not just Pulsex and Hex, obviously, on Pulsechain. So it's going to be absolutely amazing. We should suspect that they're all it's going to be amazing. Everyone's going to be talking about it. It's going to be crazy. It was already great before, but now that the market's had this big shock, $30,500 of Bitcoin pullback, it's even better now, right? People are going to be looking, where can I go and get big returns and feel confident that it's going to be a great place to go, because everything else is burning around me. Even the good ones that are top 10 tokens are all coming down 30-40%. Where can I go? And so, hey, I got a free airdrop. Oh, it just got priced up. Oh, I can go over there. OMG, I'm so happy. And of course, happy people like to play in a happy place. And that's where Pulsechain is going to be a happy place. So it's going to be offer a whole new horizon for everybody. I think it's pretty exciting. It's going to be like a fire in a wheat field. People are going to hear about it and go, and before you know it, you're going to have to sow some new harvest. I don't know. It's going to be pretty amazing. All right, so let's get into some of the other prices at the moment. I just want to get into nomics. We're going to go to the yearly update here. We're going to have a look at this. So this is the top 10 as well. We can see that everything is down 37% for Bitcoin, 45% for Ethereum on a year basis. Binance Coin 52%, XRP at 73%. And of course, look at the Hex there, shining light there on the hill already. And Pulsechain has even launched 140% there, looking good. Cardano at 9% there. Solana down 5%. So Solana not too bad there at all in that context. Polkadot down 80%, Avalanche 17%, etc. Looks pretty good. So that was a bit of fun there. Just want to point that out there, and let's go on. So we've got Hex at 12.8 cents. Not too bad. I do expect to see some big green candles, but I was hoping the higher we will be, the better that will be for the price pump in Hex pre-launch. We've got Hedron at 12.29. We've got Maxi, which has been the talk of the town. I mean, man, oh man, this thing's still, even under all the big market pullback, has been performing really well. And of course, it's actually past my 12-day period. It has got a bit of a sell-off there, but that really reflects the market more than the underlying product. So you've got to take that into account, special events. But if we take out, and we were going to go to the first, let's take the second here. We're already out on day 11. So, and of course, let's watch it today. I suspect it might do quite well. We're going to see. This is the critical time now for this chart. And of course, let's have a look, switch to the relative price to Hex. This is the premium that we're talking about. So against one. So if one, the number one down here, it means 1 to 1. And of course, at the moment, it's 1.67, so 67% premium versus the underlying Hex contract. And that's amazing. Well, Hex price, pretty cool there. The high, all-time high, 1.79, so basically 80% 2 days ago. It's now in the current date, 13th of May here. And of course, away we go. This was my line here. To pass this, obviously, that reflects the market correction, so it's a little bit rough. We want to see this play out organically. So we'll watch it in the next day or two, assuming that we don't get another massive decline in BTC, which is definitely on the cards, more likely than not. So often you've heard me in prep pasts going, good chance we'll go higher. We have pretty much, but good chance we'll fall down. Even when we went to Bitcoin, when we've got 46,500, somewhere in that mark, what's it, 45,500, something like that. It looked sad at that time. I said the chances that it going higher was low, and that was the case. It came back down again. So you just kind of get a feel for that when it gets up there. You're going like, well, really, it should have jumped from here to 48,500 if it was really going to make a play for 50k, and of course didn't get that, and down we came. All right, so that's Maxi doing pretty well there, and of course there's only a limited supply. We're back over 1 million, but 1.3 million Maxi in there. Remember, there's 194.3 million Maxi in supply. It's a fixed supply. There's no that's pretty much going to be like that for the life. It is the ownership token of the underlying super stake, which is the 30th biggest stake in the system. It might be the 29th now. I can't even remember, but that's pretty big. All right, so Pulsex there, Pulse Dogecoin, PLSD. That's at $1.90, holding up really well, if you ask me. This is an airdrop token, and of course, this has a bit of a scarcity play as well. And this is at $1.90. It launched at $1. This is holding up pretty amazing if you think about it. I know it's on the downtrend there, but still, it's still holding up really, really well. And this could have gone down to 30 cents or something, right? This didn't do anything like that. It's still $1.90. Let's have a look at the amount of claims for this. So there's just under 4 million Pulse Dodge coins. Remember, there's 12 million is going to be the total. And I think we've got about 77 days to go on the launch phase. If we look at the holders, we've got 11,665. We go to the contract and we look at the contract to see how many people have actually claimed. So the people that qualified by this airdrop were Hex stakers on the 20th of April, and there was a snapshot taken. You had to be participated in that. You can see that on the dev chat when you go to the website. And certainly 16,254 have claimed. So I just do a quick rough sketch. I haven't counted up the number of wallets in the snapshot, but I kind of say 91,000 just as a rough guide there. So 16.254 divided by 91, that would be 17.8. So maybe somewhere around 17.8, 18%, somewhere in that ballpark is claimed so far, and there's probably about 77 days to go. So that's Pulse Dodge coin. So that's something you need to look at if you want to get the claim. Once again, you need to do your investment due diligence. Nothing on this channel is investment advice, of course. We just review a lot of these things and talk about them as much as possible. Pretty much what we do as content creators. So yeah, 77 days, 13 hours to go. And of course, your claim does depend on what category of stake you've got. In other words, whether you're a dolphin, a squid, a tingling turtle, you get a different amount for each type of address there. It's cool. And if you do claim, you can go to the claim button here, click the claim. They'll bring up the claim place here. If you want to see the original contract, you can click the hamburger up the top here, the three horizontal lines. And of course, you can jump over to GitLab there, GitHub there, and you can actually see the original contract. There it is there. And of course, you can see the airdrop snapshot here on the right. You can click on that. You can go to airdrop balances JSON file. Click the view raw there, and of course you can see the original snapshot. There it is. Boom. Those are all addresses that qualify, and that's what will be checked against is the snapshot there. You can see all the dolphins of 900 there as well, and of course squids 750, etc. There's a lot. All right, this file is ginormous. It goes right to the bottom. You got the last one there. They're getting five pulse dodge there, so cool. So you can check that out. Otherwise, you have to connect your wallet and claim there after you've done your investment due diligence, right? There's videos out there, Top Gun, Hexalorian, people like that. But obviously, ultimately, when you interact with contracts, you really want to get someone that knows Solidity code to confirm it. That's the ideal. But obviously, a lot of people have claimed this already. 16,000 seems to be okay so far. But that, of course, that's not investment advice. This is what's happened. Once again, if you do that, make sure you disconnect your wallet from the site. That's probably the minimum security you can do. Disconnect your wallet from the site, and of course, you can always go to Ethereum as well. You will do if you do decide to sell the token, you'll have to do a token approval, and of course, you can set that to limited. If not, you can always claim, and then afterwards connect your wallet up to the token approval here on Etherscan, and then connect your wallet, and then the token will show up a couple of minutes later. And you'll be able to remove that approval if you want to, obviously through Uniswap, but which is generally a bit better. But once again, you can always do that. That's probably where we go on that one. So cool. So that's Pulse Dodge Coin. Covered that in pretty full. Actually, I wasn't even intending on doing that. This is the way we roll here, and we're going to Pulse Dodge here. So this is the original token, Pulse Dodge on the BNB chain this time. So all those other ones were on Ethereum chain. They're going to get copied over onto Pulse chain with the fork hype, which we anticipate is still yet to come. So that's what we expect there. At the moment, this is on the BNB chain. Of course, that means that it's got BNB. This is the pairing, Pulse Dodge to BNB, and of course, it's got that the BNB weakness that goes down with Hart's law. Lots with that, obviously. Whereas being on the Ethereum chain, a lot of people in those projects know that's going to get copied over, and so it gives the kind of an underlying support to the price if you think about it. So there we are. We're down at almost 7/10 of a penny there. I had a big pullback on yesterday, of course, as most of the market did. That's where it is at the moment. And we've got P33 also on BNB chain. This is going to get airdropped by the team as opposed to getting copied, as I understand it. So P33, this is a free Pulse One project that is down at 18 cents there. So really, that was up at like 50 cents. Come down a lot, right? So you do have to be careful with these things, as we say, and that's why we say do your investment due diligence. They don't all operate the same way. And of course, Hedron and Maxi are both considered a form of Hex derivative products. So just remember that, as opposed to separate projects like meme coins on Pulse Chain or this or that. Even if the benefit is to Hex stakers. So cool. Don't forget to get into Discord. We've got 345 members. Get in there, folks. It really is a cool place. And of course, you got the people there commenting about certain stuff. So get in there. It really is a place for a good community chat. And of course, get good information. That's the thing. Those are two things: good information and good community chat. That's pretty much it. Your Hex Token channel member, you get a private chat there as well. You also get that's on YouTube here. If you're Hex Token channel member, you also get a purple name. Standard names are in blue. So cool. So that's pretty much that on there. Let us jump over to the Hex price. We're gonna sort of sit on here for the moment. Let's go back to the hourly and let's watch this baby. I guess our next point here. Get back over 14 cents. That's our next target. 14 cents. And then we have to smash all the way from 14 to 15 and a half and get back up over again. So that's where we want to get back into that next higher range. We're currently just slightly higher than the middle of the current range here at the moment. I think 11.5 to 14. Would it be 1.5, 2.5 cents? So 1.75. So okay, we're on the top side of that. So cool. Let's get into some more comments. Man, I'm miles behind the comments. To apologize yourself. CJ says don't buy fake stuff. Bought more Hex and staked it. Nice one, CJ. This is the start of real greatness in the market. Not yet, but soon, says Gavin. Yeah, absolutely. Hex Hodl says my KuCoin short was the best. Oh, yeah, Hex Hodl, man, you're out in the game. Hex Hodl is. Because says I bet a lot of people probably first started. I think far behind him. Oh, miles away, 40 minutes behind here. I bet a lot of people probably first started buying into it when they heard about the 1.5 billion Bitcoin purchase, giving them confidence in it, and now total annihilation. Yeah, that's interesting because a lot of people did do that, Brazilians too. But I think also some people realized that was actually possibly a sign of weakness. So, which turned out to be the case. What else are we going through here? Jump through some of these. Jane says the SHIB army is coming. Just a bit about that. We've got obviously Pulsechain coming up. We've got Pulsechain coming up. So we're going to close down some of these other ones here. Close all these other ones down. We go to Pulsechain now. And we've got the testnet. It's fully indexed now. So it says index token, but the index, and it's ticking along 3-second blocks. I would stand at V3 is operating privately. We've seen that through, I think it was the Chainlink site that we just looked at the other day. And of course, we've got Pulsechain. Everything on Pulsechain has been, in terms of DAT operating, been running for ages now. We had testnet 1 was 77 days, testnet 2 was 103 days, and testnet 2 VB has been operating for about 60 days, maybe 61 days now. And of course, testnet version 3 that we understand has been running privately, and I'm not sure for how long, but maybe a week, 2 weeks, who knows. And of course, that's been operating, so cool. And of course, we've had everything's running. We've got Pulsex. If you're not used to it, if Pulsechain's coming, you want to get familiar. I strongly suggest you play around with Pulsex Exchange, and of course with the bridge. Those are the two things you should get used to. There's also obviously staking with the validators. You take Pulse and you can stake with the validators, which is going to be 33 of those. And of course, playing around with Pulsex, this is like Uniswap or like PancakeSwap, SushiSwap. This is the DEX. And I think there's a good chance this will be the first super DEX. In other words, rival the value of the main chain, the native token Pulse. It's like E on Ethereum, Uni on Uniswap. And of course, playing up the bridge here. So be able to bridge stuff from Ethereum network over to Pulsechain. Now, all this is testnet at the moment, like I say. And we're looking for mainnet very, very, very soon. So it's exciting to see that play out. Let's go back to the price here. We're going to go back into there. And there we are, 12.76 cents at the moment, just sneaking away. What else? We can get onto some of the topics here. I'm going to jump around. We're going to jump through all those comments. Sorry if I'm jumping through. I'm going to jump way in the future here. Jumping through here. Sandy Beach says crypto is fun. It can be fun, but it can also be devastating too, Sandy, if you get massive pullbacks like that. DCR says Michael Novogratz got a Luna tattoo not that long ago. Did he really? Oh man, did he? Wow. Okay, I didn't know that. Rip Torn says 130 billion list supply. Let's have a look here. We're going to jump through some of this. Trying to catch up here. I think we're still in there. What else here? Ross Morgan says, will we get told about the exact date and time of the launch before it happens? I had 24 to 30, 12 hours before the launch. Possibly. There's two scenarios. We get to know about the fork height, and that kind of indicates the chain coming 3 or 4 days. And that would be good in terms of the Hex price pump. But of course, the alternative is that Richard just forks the height there for the AMM bot to run without any potential liquidity pools. And of course, that's what we might see. We could also see some liquidity pools in the Hex ETH pair, right? Because ETH pairs are getting harvested. So there's two plays out there. I'm just not sure how Rich is going to play that now. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. He doesn't talk much about that. He originally talked about it a little bit last year. I think it was last year or the beginning of this year, talking about possibly giving us a little heads up about the fork height. That obviously the fork height's going to determine what the airdrop is. But he may just go. He may just go. Let's see if anyone else has responded to that. I feel bad, but I love how this can play out without the government coming in and bailing them out. Yep. The incentive tokens, yeah, well, we probably need a bit more information around incentive tokens, but that said, we know it's going to be deflationary. We know, which probably means it's got an emission bond, possibly on an annual basis. We'll see. And of course, that may end up also being part of that might get funneled into the one-sided staking pools. Probably all we know at this stage. We'll jump through some of this. Hardy Hexkin says, what's your guess about whales sitting on the sidelines waiting for a confirmed date and let their bots jump in at last minute, mirror their hex and jump out? I feel that they're going to try and play the Pulsechain game and then get part of the price discovery there. Some of the ones with a lot of positions that aren't Hexkins and people that are playing the long game, I suggest that they'll probably sell out for low X returns. Of course, that will work well for them in the near term. But of course, long term, we know that big chain returns, the X returns further out of the chain. So maybe the 3-month period to 3 months, you get a couple hundred X, and then possibly after that, 6 months, a couple more. So I think that's a pretty risky game for them. But it's better to get the loose hands out, the big loose hands out early. And of course, we've got so many people coming to get Pulse pre-bridge and post-bridge that's better to get them out early, right? If you've got big dumpers in there with large volumes. Brennan says Hex Token was cheering for BTC, and William says, Brennan, yeah, that was pretty funny. I don't know where that comment came from, but that's just the way it goes. Jamie says, yeah, it's a bit like a Pulsechain. If you want to be a whale in Terra Luna, now's your chance. Just kidding. You're probably going to lose your money. Yeah. Listen, I don't even know if that's on at the moment, but it's probably going down. That's pretty funny. We're coming up to an hour and 20 minutes. How we're doing? 12:25. Let's go look at the Hex results. And we're going to get on there. Where am I up to on the chat? Let me just double check. 12. I'm 25 minutes behind the chat there. So we'll get into that. But let's I'm in the wrong place there. Let's go to Hex Daily Stats. I'm going to catch up on the chat there, though. Let's go in here. So this is our results. Day 893, man. We're in day 893. Can you believe it? Day 892 results are out. 12th of May. We got a snapshot at just under 13 cents. 6.134 is the T-share payout. That is a beautiful thing to see. The TSR rate actually jumped pretty decent, 12.6, and we're up 22,000 there. Average stake net 6.62 years. That is equal all-time high there for the average stake net, 29% APY. And the liquidity pool, this is probably the interesting one at the moment, 176.8. We're 179 yesterday, and it's currently 177. So pretty even there around those the last couple of days. 90 million in the pool, 3,300 ETH in there too. What else have we got going there that's interesting? Not much change in the T-shares. Still sitting at 10,449,000 T-shares. Man, oh man. If you've got T-share, you're loving this because it's relatively low. Even in the future, when we have lots of retail adoption, even on both chains, particularly Pulsechain, but I suspect that Ethereum would do pretty well, particularly with the larger accounts still got 10.5 million there, or 10.4 million almost, 4.5 million. And of course, means that with the share rate going up, there's holding T-shares is going to be even more important. Really starting to kick in soon, as we see, because we were over 11 million, down under 10.5 now. Amazing. Change of cycling supply 100 million. Stake supply down, obviously. So there is that correspondence there. Corresponding, I should say. Stake percentage 9.36% staked. Is that crazy or what? Woo! That's pretty low, to be honest. That's wow. That's 9.36%. Wow, man, oh man, that is crazy stuff there. Let's look at 90 times 10 ago. Where are we on there? We don't have numbers there. So let me go to 86. 84. Oh, that's the wrong date, isn't it? 84. Let's go to let's look for going forward. 12. That's some crazy stuff right there. 12. Man, oh man, that is crazy there. Look at that going down over time. That's some crazy stuff right there in terms of the stakes. Look at that. See, we're up closer to 10. Now we're getting really low. My goodness, we're up to 9.36. Wow. Okay, well, the penalties, 500,000 penalties, not too bad in the office. And we're wallet growth, still good wallet growth. 354, 271 increase in holders, almost at 300,000 holders holding some form of Hex. Obviously, there's a lot of small wallets there, but 298,204, pretty cool. We had a couple of good days in stakers as well. up there, 437 and 104. And then of course we have a little modest change today, 93. I'm not sure what the bump there was, but in any case, that's what happened. Cool VIP, as we say, cool VIP. All right, so that's the results. I hope you guys enjoy that. We're now on day 893. 893 is the new day. Remember, 1,095 days is 3 years in Hex. 1,095 days. We're almost closing up on day 900. Yeah, that's 195 days after that till we get to 3 years. Pretty amazing. Cool VIP, as we say, cool VIP. Let's jump back to the Hex price, 12.74 cents. Not too bad. Stake and Chill, says Rich. Absolutely. We've got Human Hex Traffic in the house here. What up, family? Good to see you in the house. Jumping through some of these. Let's go with some 12:30. I'm half an hour behind. Let's go Pulse, says DB. Absolutely. Let's jump through some of these. Hit the like, says Sandy Beach. Absolutely. Now I'm 20 minutes behind. Scott McKay's in the house there. Woohoo! Hey, sup, Superman. Hey, good to see you. And Hornet Strategy. Yeah, Liquid Line. So, yeah. So we've got Pulsechain coming up. And then, of course, the AMM bot runs. We've got some ratio trading. We're at the bridge happening. And then 4 to 8 weeks later, we got liquid loans coming into play. And actually, we got a couple of videos for that. So let's share some of those as well, because we got 2 really good updates yesterday. I've only played these once, so we might as well play them a few more times. So we've got the first update. So let's play this. This was about the testnet coming up for liquid loans. So we're going to play this.
Has been coming up recently has been about the testnet, and will people see liquid loans on the testnet anytime soon?
Yeah, so the guys are working really hard at the moment to get all of that up and running. And the difference here is that we didn't really want to push something out ahead of time, so it's got to be pretty much complete. And one of the things that will help us on that journey is to make sure that we've got active price calls. So the guys are integrating, obviously, PulseX is one mechanism that we'll use. There's another mechanism that I won't go into a lot of detail now, but it will provide some redundancy for being able to make price calls against PulseX. And the guys are working hard to get that finished. So my expectation is that we'll end up seeing something in the next couple of weeks. The rationale being, we don't ever want to release anything before it's really ready. And I think the community appreciates that when we deliver content, it's actually of high quality. So we're not going to rush anything out until the product, or basically the system and the DApp are actually up and running fully, and that we can actually allow people to fully test what we've developed.
So that was update about Liquid Lines testnet. So within a few weeks, obviously there's going to be a bit of a challenge there if we're expecting Pulsechain to launch possibly as early as 24th, 26th, somewhere in that ballpark. That would be an interesting time frame. So once again, you can still play around on testnet presumably for a couple of days. So we'll see how that plays out. Obviously, once mainnet goes up, they may just maybe put that to the side. We'll see. The other thing, of course, is the sacrifice balances. We had obviously was over $51 million sacrifice for liquid loans. Really is the super third-party DApp, and of course we had an update about that too. So we'll play that one also. So the sacrifice balance update. Let's go.
Popping up is about the sacrifice balances. People are asking about when can they see their sacrifice balance and how many points they have and what's not.
Yeah, I know that we're very close to releasing something on that front. Obviously, we're doing some internal testing of that now. So the balances have been calculated. We've incorporated all of the different mechanisms that we had included initially in the sacrifice phase, including the referral content. So all of that's been incorporated. And obviously, we'll do the internal testing. We'll pilot test with a couple of folk that we know that can help us through that process. And then we'll release something out to the community so that they can start reviewing their balances and coming back to us with any queries and questions. So that's imminent. My expectation is within the next week, we'll end up seeing something. So folks will be able to start checking their balances and just confirming that the calculations are correct.
All right, so that was the update with the sacrifice balances. So possibly within a week, and probably slightly less now. That was from yesterday, so that was pretty cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was a nice update from Liquid Loans yesterday. So yeah, Pulsechain's coming, man. It's getting soon. 3-second block times on Discord on the testnet working really well. Validator is working well, and Pulsex working pretty well. Interesting ratio here, Pulsex to Pulsex. Obviously, going to be our trade. There'll be probably limit orders coming pretty soon, I imagine as well. Maybe even stop limit orders. We've got liquidity there. We've got farming, of course, for liquidity and farming rewards. We're going to have a one-sided staking pause, maybe not initially, as we hear from the devs, but possibly sooner than later. But you just never know if Richard may have something around the incentive token or something like that. He could disperse that straight away, apart from waiting for third-party pools. And so I think that's pretty cool. I do think if they're going to do limit orders, they probably need a bot supporter, just like PancakeSwap has in terms of buying that's applying. We've got the burning going pretty well. So the burning on the testnet's been operating pretty well. It's a public callable function. There's also a little bounty there. We'll see whether they have a capture type of solution or anything like that, because obviously people will set up bots to play that. We can see party token there looking pretty good there. Got burn, what's that, 74 cents on the reward there. We're at the 43 billion there on Pulsex burn so far. Remember, about $1 billion of trading volume a day. There's about $700,000 of buy and burn, somewhere in that ballpark. We've got the info there at the moment. The market is, yesterday was a big bump. Look at that, 1.34 on the testnet. Remember, this is all fictional numbers. It's just a testnet to test out everything is operating. Instead, we had a big, nice jump there. Bit of fun. We got the pulse price here. Let me just go back out of there. We got the pulse here at 0.0091 cents. Pulse, can you believe it? And we got fiat here jumping at $8,819 for fiat. That's pretty interesting. We got Hex at $3.54. What else? We got Pulsex climbed down number 6 spot. That's unusual at 0027. But if we actually have a look on some of the others, we've got some very popular ones there. Atropa there. There's a couple of these I've got to actually look up there. Pulseinator. I'm not sure what that one is. Pulse Loan. Yeah, we've got that one already. And then, of course, SoundX here. Not sure what that is. Other stuff here. So interesting. There's a couple missing here. Now, I did see the Drip Network was on here yesterday, I think. The Drip Network. That's interesting. If that community comes over, that'd be pretty interesting, right? The Drip Network coming over. That has actually surprised me, the ecosystem, that it's still even going. But it has actually made a lot more tokens in there. They've got a whole ecosystem of tokens for Drip Network. Let me know in the chat if you're involved in that at all. But that's another community, right? They're going to come, man. They will come. You build it, they will come. The shining light on the hill will be Pulsechain. And of course, people will be relieved to have something that they can get into in terms of Pulsechain. It's going to be amazing. How are we telling for time? Hour and 37, so we're up to 1 hour and 32. We'll probably wrap up soon. Let me get through some of the comments here. Let's go see Richard's, what Richard's been saying, and some of these as well. So Tiago just talking about the Luna price there, and further going down. How many times have I told you you lose everything buying dips? This is amazing. I could draw lots of these. So that's pretty much from Richard. So cool. And I think that's probably it from the highlights there. So we'll go back to the X price there, heading up towards 13 cents, I think. And let's hopefully it makes a play there for higher. Now, I suspect that if we do get a move on Pulsex, we could still, on Hex, before Pulsechain, depending on how Richard launches it, I suspect we'll probably just start creeping up there. If Richard gives us any signals around that, and I suspect that the retail book will start moving up there first. I do suspect a retail play. We'll see whether any of the big money comes off on the sidelines. We will find out about that. Now, some people are saying that there was some audio issues. I wasn't aware of that, so I apologize if there was. Not sure why that was. Maybe I had too much stuff open. I've closed down a lot of stuff now. Let's get into some here. Tail7 says connection issues. Yeah, so apparently that was all right. Your iMac is crying for Luna. Yeah, that's fine now. So I apologize. I don't know how long that was, how it wasn't a problem. So it sounds like your CPU is overworked. Yeah. So it would have been a CPU overworked, like doo-doo. Yeah. Katie says, I think Superman is having buffering issues or streaming problems. Well, it's a brand new iMac, so I probably had just too much stuff open. I've closed down my Discord. It's probably one of the things that's draining a lot of power. Audio by Duquan says Tail7. That's pretty funny. Yeah, I thought it was me too. I went back to the video and the audio was clear, then scratchy. And when I went back to live, right, the audio is breaking up. It may be better now. I think it is good enough to keep the show going, though, says Prasad. Yes. Stake Hex and this crypto dump should be the least of your worries. Better days ahead, absolutely. So if you're staking Hex, again, it's going to keep going. Audio is back and forth. It's 22:24, so it's 15 minutes ago now. Awesome, says Sandy Beach. Pulsechain says just logged in, hanging out for Pulsechain like 17-year-old teenage boy hanging out for his first romantic interlude. I like that Pulsechain. I love romantic movies and comedies, so that works well. Good evening, Superman. The word patient comes from the Latin word patens, which means suffering. We've all been suffering for the way that's true. You make suffering more bearable, says Christos. That's pretty funny. Novadats was a dope. Yeah, it's interesting to listen to, but funny. I thought I was smart and bought $200 worth at around $1 of Terra Luna. What a waste of money, says Pulsechain. Yeah, you can imagine what that $200 is going to be worth in Pulsechain, right? Having Pulse. That's what I mean. If you get 1,000x on the Pulsechain, this is your best bet in the market. Like I said, in this market, Pulsechain is, if you want the big returns, think about that. Very hard to get, a chain that can do 1,000x, 10,000x, that sort of upward side. So you think about everything we're in the midst of. Pulsechain is the opportunity in front of us. Obviously, not investment advice. Do your own investment due diligence, all that good stuff. But definitely in the house there. What else here? What is it? Novagrats did get a loon tattoo. Lol, that's pretty funny. I'm gonna have to look for that now. I'm gonna have to look for the Novagrats tattoo. Novagrats tattoo. Novagrats lunar tattoo. Let's go have a look there. Novagrats lunar tattoo. So that's yeah. He does. Mike Lunagratz. I'm officially a lunatic. Thanks, stablecoin. Thank you, my friends. Oh my gosh. 5th of January, 2020. Oh my gosh. Oh man. He's like one of the leading crypto dudes in the institution space. Oh my gosh. I feel sorry. That's gonna stick around him for a while. Mark Dice is in there. Is this the coin that fell 99% in value this week? Mike Dice, man. Posting for prosperity, says Richard. About the name. Oh my gosh. That's some crazy stuff right there. Oh well, that's pretty interesting. I'm going to post that in the chat in case you want to check it out. Damn. All right, GetHex is in the house there. Hex token emojis looking good, better late than never. Hey, good to see you, GetHex. Woohoo, says Astrid. Reviews and more says you win some, you lose some. That's true. It is crypto. After all, it's crypto. You win some, you lose some. I think that's pretty good summary there. And woohoo, says Ryan, 21,000 margin for best trade. And Katie says lol, yeah. No regrets, no regrets, says Gen X. Yeah, absolutely. Mark Dice, what a savage. Yeah, that's a savage. He is a savage. I love Mark Dice, he's funny ass. But when Lambo says Shell and X, yeah, that's true. Sandy says he can add tick to the end of it to save the tattoo. Yeah, that'd be true. Luna tick, yeah. Look how red it is around. Look how red the skin is around the tattoo. Oh my gosh. That's some crazy stuff there. Hey, at the time it was probably a cool thing, right? So when's this? The 5th of January. How much money did they lose though? That's the question. I know that they must have lost some, but they probably they may have a certain percentage of their portfolio. Maybe they got out early. I did see some article around that. So what day was that? The 5th of January. So yeah, we'll see. Cool VIP. Hey, we're up to 20.9. Looks like we're heading up towards 13 cents. We have been there earlier, a couple hours earlier. We were up at there at 13.21 on Hex. So that's not too bad. We've got our 20 cent range store up here. You might have to make that a bit longer now because we're moving out of time. So it's kind of our link there. We're trying to head up towards that. Welcome to the live stream, by the way. Don't forget to smash that likes button. We've got 96 likes. Let's see if we can get to 100. So smash that like button. Boop, 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 boop. And see if we can get to 100. I try to hit 100 likes every stream. And hopefully YouTube listens to that at some stage. That's just the way it goes. We're heading up towards 4,500 subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, smash the subscribe button. Of course, we're doing 2 live streams a day here on Hex Token channel. Your host Superman, and of course we've got great moderators in there. Heinz Crypto, it's now a Gen Hex in there, multiple content creators, really, really cool. And of course, you can get into Discord as well in the link in the video description. They're all running that Discord too, so get in there. And yeah, let's get out those subs. That's the way we rock here, rock and roll. That's for sure. Superman in the house, cookies and crypto. Yeah, Superman in the house. And of course, Richard Hart there. I always did it the wrong way. It's that way, isn't it? Richard Hart there, the pump. I love it. I love it. As soon as I saw Richard Hart do that, I thought, that picture behind me, which is kind of fuzzy because it's not very good quality, but it could be an NFT. NFTs look like that, right? Is that that it gives the attitude of Richard Hart, right? You're a real fighter, a real go-getter, and I think that's pretty cool, and that's why it's got the you can see there that it's got the Hex Token channel there on the fist as well. Pretty cool. Mark Dice is fun, but obviously he's controlled opposition, says DB. Controlled opposition. I'm not sure what that means, but he's definitely a fun guy. Pulsechain is in the house there. Smash the like. I think Mark Dice is more conservative than most conservatives are, so he's probably the way I'd put that. Cool VIP, as we say. All right, so 12.8 cents, looking pretty good. We got BTC is just trying to get back. Hopefully, can get over 30. That would be a good day in the office if they can do that pretty soon, because that would be pretty positive. Obviously, less likely, but certainly if it can do that, it'd be pretty nice. ETH almost at 2,000. This would be really good if it can actually start to build back in the 30 range. I think it's a pretty good level zone there. Yeah. So let's have a look on the price there. I think we're down 80%, right? So look there. I need to get TradingView up, don't I? I need to do trading. I'm going to bring up TradingView. So I'm doing my second live stream later today. I'm going to pull up TradingView for that. We're going to do a few things on there. So it's 12:46 p.m. in the afternoon here. We're up to an hour and 40. We're going to wrap up in 4 minutes because it's probably a pretty good live stream for the first one. Mark Anthony says, I think people are buying all stocks now with summer coming, and I stopped buying Bitcoin after CNBC making statements about all of the coins. I wouldn't listen to CNBC, to be honest. But hey, that's cool. Great streams, vertical stack says. Hexagon for life says space auctions. Very cool. CNBC is kind of the channel. They're just like all the other crappy channels that just they're not as bad as the others, but they certainly have a lot of silly stuff on there. They don't have a lot. They don't really have the real crypto experts, in my view, on there. They have a few, but yeah, I'd be careful with some of their advice. At least I would check their advice against other stuff that people have to say. What else we got there? Michael says, you must think that Bitcoin tested the teens last year. Makes sense to test the teens again in a bear market. Of course. Retraces in the game. We're in a bearish market. Like I say, staying in between 30 and 40K was like half bear market. And I want to stay that high because of the, just because of the benefit for Pulsechain having better asset values. I think I went through the pros and cons of that scenario. Those two scenarios earlier in the live stream. No use saying it again, I guess. Cool VIP, as we say. Cool VIP. Let's see if we've got likes. Yeah, 106 likes. Nice one. Thanks everybody for smashing it. 100 likes, Mark. That's really cool. All right, so this is we're going to wrap up in about 2 minutes. We're just rocking Hex at the moment, 12.83 cents. Hexagons for life, I think Space Auction said. I think that's a really, really cool thing. Hexagon for life. Well, you're definitely, if you did a 5555 stake, you're definitely a Hexagon for 15 years at least. The other thing, Sandy Beach, have a great night, day. See Sandy Beach, awesome stuff. Hex token, USDL, nice. I like that. Yeah, it looks good, eh? Have you seen? So Sandy Beach just posted the USDL tokens. This is going to be a stable coin for liquid loans. And I got the gold one out of their branding kit. I thought it looks really, really good. Gavin says, peace. Absolutely. Very, very nice. All right, so Hex at the moment, 12.9. We've got Hedron at 12.31. It's managed to hold the support. Look at this, how long it's held that to. Let's say since the 22nd, 3 weeks, it's managed to hold this position. Hasn't gone back to the all-time low of the 3rd of May of 553. That's now at 12.31, so pretty good there. Maxi, I think Maxi's looking to make a little move here now that the market's calmed down a bit. And 1.69 premium, 21.53 cents. Man, oh man, that was a good one there. So far, so good. Looking very, very strong here. It's crossed over my 10-day rule, wherever I had 12-day rule, and it's moving up. So positive stuff there. How high can the premium go? We will see. It's going to be fascinating. All right, let's smash out there at 1:45. We're going to wrap up there. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to catch me later for the second live stream later on today in about maybe 4 hours time, 3.5, 4 hours time. Catch me for that one. Hex on Choice says you're a right Superman about 5 for 5 stake for life. Some of us are old and it's for life. Says excellent choice. That's true. I do like EGY and CBG did good report earnings this morning, and they are two oil companies that have bought and paid dividends and no PE on both of those. Says Michael. I appreciate that. So I've got a bit of a background in oil and gas industry as well as many other there, Michael. So I do appreciate your comments there. Luna sells supply 600 billion, says Kone. Wow. Yep. And thanks for watching. Take care, everybody. Stay safe out there. And Prasology says, hey, thanks, Hex Token. I appreciate Prasology. Peace out there. Don't forget, if you're Hex Tokens member, smash out the emojis. Bam, 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 bam. On the way out. Smash the like. Hit the subscribe. Get into Discord. That's how we roll here. Pulsechain is coming soon. And, of course, it's going to be absolutely mind-blowing, especially in the midst of this environment. Woohoo! Nice one there. All right. Take care now. Bye for now.